It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I want to give you guys my top 3 stock picks for the month of October 2020. So for this video we're going to be going over a write-up that I made for you guys that I sent out to my newsletter and portfolio group, which consists of the stocks that we're going to be talking about today, followed by a brief description of what the stock is, what the company does, followed by the market cap. I'll let you guys know why that's important, followed by a brief description of why I'm fundamentally bullish on these stocks. All right, so right off the bat I'll give you guys the 3. It's Snapchat, Moderna, and iShares Silver Trust. All right, so we'll go over each of these 3. As we do that, we'll individually look up the stock on Robinhood. Not going to get super technical today, but we will just take a quick look at the charts just to give you an idea of what they look like. All right, as always, before we get into it, I'll ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let's get into it. All right, so my top 3 stock picks of October 2020. Note, these aren't necessarily the stocks that I'm currently the most bullish on in general, but specifically for the month of September. Keep in mind, in this video, I will only be covering fundamentals, but I've taken technicals into account as well prior to choosing these. I'm bullish on all 3 of these from a technical perspective. All right, so again, you guys, we're not going to get super technical today. That is for future stock talks if I do choose to do some on these stocks, which is pretty likely. But again, I will bring them up on Robinhood right now, which I have mirrored for you guys, and we'll just take a look at the charts from a bird's eye view. All right, so kicking it off with Snapchat, you can see, we'll take a look at the charts here, up 64% in the past year. I mean, Snapchat has really made a comeback. You can see in the March lows when we had that liquidity crisis, that market sell-off, Snapchat was at $9. It's currently at 26. So looking very strong. Let's go into what Snapchat is and what they do, why I'm bullish on them. So Snapchat is a social media platform. I'm sure most of you guys knew that already. Market cap of 38 billion, so relatively small, which I really like compared to many of the other social platforms and tech companies. In a world where people are on their phones more than ever and forced to socialize through apps, a platform like Snapchat is an obvious play. I've been a user of Snapchat since 2013, and although it's had its ups and downs over the past few years, I believe Snapchat is seeing a resurgence. The recent earnings calls have been impressive due to their rapidly growing ad revenue, and their next one is scheduled for the end of the month. I believe it's on October 27th. I think Snap, with a $38 billion valuation and currently sitting around the same level it was at its IPO, is a stock with significantly more upside than downside. All right, so I want to show you guys here. Snap IPO'd back in March of 2017. You can see it IPO'd at $24, got to a high of about $27, and it's currently floating around that area right where it IPO'd. Okay, so Snapchat is, to be completely honest, fundamentally way further along, and their ad revenue shows that, their earnings show that, than they were when they IPO'd 3 years ago, over 3 years ago, almost 3.5 years ago now. Okay, so Snapchat, obviously with tech having a moment right now, everything is trending digital. Everyone's at home with this corona economy, the pandemic. Everyone's socializing through these social media platforms, and everything is trending digital at a far more rapid pace than it was even initially. So that's what makes me bullish on Snapchat. Again, a $38 billion valuation is very small for a social company. So just keep that in mind. And I think that Snapchat is poised to break out to the upside. If you just look at it on the monthly, just looking at it right here, the yearly is kind of the best example of that. And again, I have looked at all these on TradingView. You guys would know kind of what I look at on TradingView if you've watched my videos before. But just from a technical perspective, again, I looked on TradingView, but Snapchat is looking like it's getting ready to break out. And again, with all the momentum behind tech right now, I think Snapchat is a solid play. Moving on, Moderna. Let's look it up on Shaw. So mRNA, it's actually doing really well after hours as I'm recording this. So Moderna, you can see up almost 5% after hours. I personally have some calls out on Moderna. I was waiting for this to happen, so I'm very excited. Those are going to be, those will hopefully do me well tomorrow if this after hours stuff succeeds. But Moderna up 370% on the year. I'm sure many of you guys, if you watched the channel before, I say that in here. So let's get straight into this. Moderna is one of the 4 biotech companies in phase 3 trials for their COVID-19 vaccine. Their market cap is $28 billion. If you've tuned into my channel before, you know that Moderna is by no means a new face. Okay, so again, Moderna is one of the first companies I probably started talking about on this channel. Many of you guys know me for those videos. And again, I think Moderna is, although this looks crazy, although it's up almost 400% on the year, I think Moderna is just getting started. Snap has had its ups and downs over the course of years, but Moderna has seen similar volatility over just a few months. Currently, it's sitting significantly below its all-time high from a couple months back, but the fundamentals couldn't be stronger. Moderna was the first company to enter phase 3 trials, and each day they inch closer to developing a successful vaccine. They're the horse that I've chosen in the race to a vaccine, and I feel that the stock hasn't nearly reached its full potential yet. Also, the technicals look amazing on Moderna right now. So again, you guys, I did share this with the newsletter group as well over almost every day over the past week now. I've been waiting for a breakout in Moderna, and obviously some news will catalyze this movement. This after hours move is just more bullish fundamental sentiment around their vaccine. So obviously fundamentals do catalyze big moves, but I've personally been waiting for a big move up on Moderna. It's been looking like it's getting ready to break out. It broke this downtrend that god damn it, you can kind of see it right there. Again, I'm not going to show you guys. I will go over technicals. I will go over technicals on Moderna in a stock talk probably over the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. But Moderna, from a technical perspective, looking very strong. From a fundamental perspective, again, they're one of the only 4 companies in phase 3 trials for the vaccine. They were actually the first to do the vaccine, or the first 2 phase 3 trials, and everything's looking super promising. The news that just sent them up after hours today is talking about how everything's looking promising. Their partner in creating that vaccine is very bullish and very confident in the fact that they'll get them made up, and that's obviously good. And again, you guys, it's still significantly below. You can see these highs that it set back in July. Back in mid-July, it set a high of about, actually, let's take a look here for the ultimate high. Let's take a look at the candle. It set an absolute high of about $95, okay? So it's currently sitting at 74. It's significantly below that all-time high, but the fundamentals are stronger. This was hype. And this is what like a little hype bubble looks like. It makes sense that there was so much excitement around the company at the time. But the fundamentals have never been stronger for Moderna, and that's why I feel like there's so much significant upside for Moderna ahead of us as they move closer and closer to a successful vaccine. All right, that's number 2. Let's finish it off with iShares Silver Trust. I'm super bullish on silver right now, you guys. I'm actually posting a video tomorrow talking about why I'm so bullish on silver and silver mining companies, so stay tuned for that. iShares Silver Trust right there. Okay, so iShares Silver Trust, my calls on this one have been doing extremely well as well. So let's take a look here on the yearly. So silver has actually been doing really well. Let's read right into this, the fundamentals, and then I'll talk to you guys a little more if I need to. So SLV is a silver trust. This means they hold physical silver for their investors. They have a market cap of $13 billion. This is a play that I've been fundamentally bullish on since we started printing trillions of dollars a few months back. Considering it's seen significant correction over the past couple of weeks, I personally believe SLV is an amazing buying opportunity right now. I'm also confident that we'll see another $1 trillion+ stimulus package over the coming weeks. When the Fed prints, the dollar becomes devalued, and assets like silver and gold, God's money, act as a store of value and safe haven against a deflating dollar. All right, so this is the reason I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on all safe haven, store of value, absolutely scarce assets that can't just be printed out of thin air like the dollar. And as we print the dollar, as the dollar becomes devalued, people aren't going to want their wealth stored in dollars because they're literally, it's burning away. The value of that wealth is burning away. They're going to want assets like silver, like gold, like God's money, like Bitcoin. And they want, again, to keep their wealth safe in a world where fiat currencies are being devalued because they're just being printed out of thin air. Okay, so that's why I'm bullish on silver. That's a big reason why silver has done so freaking well. You can see iShares Silver Trust was at a low of $10, went to a high of $26, so at over 2.5x since the March lows, which is very good for a precious metal that traditionally isn't extremely volatile. You can see 5 years, it's done extremely well as well. But the beautiful thing about silver, and the reason that I'll talk about further in tomorrow's video again, is that silver is still far below its all-time high. So SLV's all-time high was about $50. Right now, gold is beyond its all-time high. Gold is at its all-time high. Silver could still 2x from here and not even be at its all-time highs where it was years back. Okay, so I think there's far more potential in silver than gold right now. Again, I'll dive deeper into that and share a mining company that I'm actually super excited about right now as well with you guys in tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. But I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what you guys think about any of these companies. Let me know if you're excited about these companies right now. Please, once again, like the video if you're invested in these. And again, you guys, my Moderna calls are going to do super well tomorrow, or if the after hours movement keeps up, which I'm confident it will. If you guys want to know exactly how I'm personally trading, I should close this out quick. If you guys want to know how I'm personally trading my portfolio, literally every position in my entire portfolio, exactly as it states, a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio that I update every trading day. With every update, I also send an email newsletter explaining my thoughts. All right, so first link in the description if you're interested in my exact trades, literally every position in my portfolio, all call options, put options, stock positions, even cryptos if you're into it. And again, along with that, I send out a newsletter that looks exactly like this. Again, this this was a newsletter. This is what it will look like in your email inbox. Send this out every trading day during market hours, not only rationalizing my trades, but giving you guys my thoughts on the market environment as a whole and everything that's going on in this crazy world. All right, so check that out. I actually have a free trial going on until the end of this weekend. I do it for the end of every month, so I only do this for a few days every month just because I don't want a free trial around all the time. So check out the free trial. It's a free week, so if you've been thinking about joining it, go give it a shot. And if you like it, stick around, and if not, just bail out. It's all good. So check that out. Once again, first link in the description if you're interested. I really appreciate you guys, and until next time, you guys, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.